Now to a consumer alert about the safety of cannabis products from a Clark County-based cultivator. State officials are now asking people to avoid consuming them as they may be tainted with an unapproved pesticide. Kim Passoff joins us now live with the details. Kim?
Yeah, so the Nevada Cannabis Compliance Board wants you to check any cannabis that you may have at home. Today, they put out a list and say that the products were sold at more than 100 locations across the state, but mostly here in Clark County.
State regulators say a Henderson-based distributor used an unapproved pesticide and the cannabis and products produced should not be used. Products from Clark Natural Medicinal Solutions, LLC, were treated with ethifon, an unapproved pesticide. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, ethifon is a plant growth regulator used to promote ripening. The EPA said ethifon is moderately acutely toxic when inhaled, when exposed to skin, or when ingested. The tainted products range from infused edibles, infused flower, infused pre-rolls, and cannabis concentrates. In all, 380 different products are on the CCB list. Regulators say the products were sold at more than 100 locations in Nevada between August 31st of 2021 and January 9th of this year. The Cannabis Compliance Board says so far there have been no reports of illness from using the products.
And all cannabis products that are sold by a licensed facility should have a label that looks like this that is attached to it that should say where it was harvested as well as the harvesting date. Reporting live tonight, Kim Passoff, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
And you can find a link to the full list of impacted products on our website, fox5vegas.com.